taken away from Ala. And EDG, they still just want this Jace Maokai combo.
And I don't know if it's like a maybe tell to FoFo's form, because like we said, FoFo has not had the best regular season, where they just feel like he needs to be on this champion to be able to show any level of performance, or if it really just is like a strategy they've tailored against TES, where they're like, hey, you know, Jace Maokai with the Braum just is able to, I mean, it's a great comp for reacting, right? For re-engaging, for not allowing the enemy to enter on you, but we've seen TS have just been so good at playing so many different angles and really not allowing that one to come through. So we're going to have Top Esports actually pick up the Sejuani this time. They did draft this one last time when they were on red side, but they did it in the next rotation. Not even going to give a chance for this one to go over to EDG, and maybe thinking to themselves that EDG are going to change it up, but we're going to change it up in jungle and with other picks.
Perhaps. But either way, they're going to go for that Sejuani. And Rookie goes for the Azir once more. So very much on the scaling side of things for Rookie. This is what we saw from them on the red side before. I'm going to be honest, wasn't the greatest look for Top Esports. We'll see how it's... I mean, Rookie's Azir, don't get me wrong, was still fantastic.
Well,
but
it was offensive at how they stayed even early game. The 15-minute mark, I think they were 1K gold down. And again, then they felt the pressure. It's not even like EDG were on sole point. I believe it was like 2 Drakes apiece to both sides.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made no sense.
That was what was so confusing about the whole thing, was that everything was fine. Top Esports felt pressure to...
They set their house on fire.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know. EDG, though, they go for that Maokai, looking towards the Varus themselves again. And last time we saw Uzi on this Varus, he still went for the shift build, I believe it was, in the end, because there was an Ornn on the side of Top Esports. But yeah, I feel like with the Jace, I really like the lethality Varus right now when you've got other poke components in your composition, assuming that the enemy team isn't too tanky. So we'll see if Wayward does lean back towards that Ornn once again, whether it's something like a Scion, or if he's on something like that, nah. I feel like the lethality Varus really could be an option. Cassante comes out, though, early in the draft here.
I like this because we've seen EDG have been banning this once we get the second rotation. EDG banned it in game 1, they banned it in game 2, and banned it in game 3. So get Wayward on something more comfortable a little bit early on. Now I wonder if they're going to ban out, like, you know, other kind of niche top lane carries like the Fiora and these other things that Ala really loves to show. The Gwen, another one that comes to mind that can match into the Cassante. Or if you care at all about the Braum. You might not, because Meiko's been picking every game, and then, like, he did pick up that MVP in game 2, but it doesn't seem like the Braum itself has been positively or negatively impacting EDG's gameplay. It's just kind of been there and been a part of the composition. So I feel like you either ban that if it has been annoying, or, again, you can ban the Gwen if you feel like that's something that Ala is going to opt into.
I feel like just banning Ala is absolutely the way, right? Ala has been very much the leader of the charge for EDG. I think try and give Wayward as good of a matchup as is physically possible with how that top lane's been going. And there we go, Gwen taken off the board. So like you say, Braum still available for Meiko, which is very much the style that EDG have been playing. But that said, like, Top Esports could just lock in Braum here. They've got hard engage in the form of the Sejuani.
You're right. It's going to be interesting to see what they want to opt for. I feel like typically you'd match AD carry here because then you can, you know, theoretically get the counter pick support matchup. But I wonder what they'll even go for. If they're going to go for something like Jiejie to kind of like dodge out on things like the Chains of Corruption going through, or if JackeyLove has something else up his sleeve. Because right now it feels like their comp is still very flexible with what direction it would head. But this probably does make the most sense. Save counter pick for Mark, and then try and end up in a better situation than in game 2.
Yeah, somebody tweet that Peaky Blinders video of the no fighting. Like, that is the story for Top Esports here. Please do not just fight in the mid game for no reason without a significant advantage. They did such a good job in game number 2 of staying even in the early game. They've drafted almost the same composition here. They just need to last long enough for it to work out for them. We'll see what EDG... They're going to go for the Poppy again. They're pretty much just going to rinse and repeat.
We saw what Ala was able to do on this pick before. Now the question is... I mean, hell, theoretically, this is still flexible, right? Could be a Poppy jungle on the Maokai support, so...
That's
it's all going to be here.
Played it.
Yeah, Meiko playing it already. I've seen a bunch of the LPL supports in solo queue have still been spamming it, so... does look like it might just end up being the Nautilus at the end of the day. So EDG is still going to have like some nice options in terms of both engaging and disengaging coming through from things like the Maokai and the Poppy being able to play out from a range. But Rel, the final pick for TS, so only giving themselves more engage options. I like that when you talk about the possibilities of EDG indexing heavier into poke. When you have Jace Maokai, if they did want to go for that lethality VODS, might be hard when you're up against both K'Sante, Sejuani, and, you know, even, I guess, Rel, even if she won't get that takey because she's a force support. But point is, you're definitely going to need that damage later on, unless EDG can put, you know, their foot on the gas. Problem is, we haven't seen EDG really be able to do that yet so far in this series.
No, it's been... I mean, Ala certainly was putting his foot down on his previous Poppy game. That was something scary.
I love how every game so far, EDG's Giles have been like a bit louder, but now with Top Esports on match point, you can hear the Top Esports fans absolutely going wild.
Oh, look at this! The flash engage from Ala, and they gift the kill over to Uzi. They're feeding the puppy right from the word go. EDG starting strong.
If there has been one area where EDG have been better in this series, it's been coming in with level 1 plans. TS, though, just going to be sneaky for now.
They want the camp, or potentially the Jiejie. If he takes that blast cone in, oh, he's in all kinds of trouble. This is a Sejuani as well. He won't be able to escape from this play. They started off. The first stun will come on through here. He's going to flash over the wall. They're not going to follow it just to summon a Taken.
They're going to have to leave, though. Just be happy with that one because Ala would be able to move over. They also hadn't seen FoFo yet, so FoFo theoretically could have just given up control over first wave, you know, made his way down and try to punish EDG themselves. So you have a kill in favor of EDG, which is nice, right? Early gold lead, some pressure down in the bot lane.
Tian seriously overestimating how long he can stay for this play here. He's going to smite for the level 2, but Jiejie has so much health on him at this point. Has to dash away. I don't think Jiejie can catch him. Tian, he gets away with it, but that was by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, I actually can't believe he made his way back over. And now we're seeing fights happen everywhere.
Oh my god. Engages across the map here. The level 2 once again. JackeyLove and Mark, but Meiko completely denies Mark's engage.
Yeah, Mark going for the flash play. Uzi did still use his cleanse, so at least getting, you know, a summoner out of that from the opposing AD carry. Mark, of course, getting that Hex Flash, so he doesn't feel too burdened by not having that summoner up. And it's nice, where you can see the slight favor of Uzi having that Doran's Blade as compared to JackeyLove just having a longsword. And we're going to see here, Mark hitting level 2 once again.
Oh, he
misses the initial Q. Uzi still going for the cleanse anyway. And Mark, like you said, nice hook to deny any engage from Mark.
A little bit awkward there. First Rel game of the series. He's warming up. He's warming up. We'll see if that can pick up a little bit. But look at this wave that's pushing in towards JackeyLove. It's going to be in such a good spot CS-wise. You can see he's a little bit down in CS right now, but there is far more than 5 CS there in that wave. JackeyLove should be able to even things up a little bit. That said, though, Var is so good in the early game at punishing these kinds of matchups that perhaps the poke can come on through and deny JackeyLove some of that farm. Build a CS lead for Uzi, who's already ahead in the lane.
And this is the first time that they've gotten this, right? And it's all from that level 1. Like we highlight, oh my god, Mark running forward with the Q. Uzi feeling so pressured he needs to flash there.
That's both of his summoners now.
I'm surprised. I don't know. I don't think TS would have enough damage to outright take him down. And look at Jiejie's position on the map. Like, I don't know what angle they would think maybe Tian could try and sneak behind them, or if maybe they're just afraid of a potential lane game coming through with Flash.
I think perhaps EDG are just overestimating what JackeyLove and Mark are bringing to the table on this 2v2 as well, because, like, even when the CC lands there, they don't get that much damage out. Jiejie has been spotted on this blue buff. Tian has smite available. Can he dash and steal this one? No! Just a split second too late, but the slow comes out to Jiejie. Does not follow for now. Oh, the sweeper! Just a single unit away from the ward there.
Not able to pick it up. And even though we only have 1 kill so far, we've had a lot of, like, action started and potential action across the board. We're even seeing it heavy trades in topside. It seems like Wayward is trying to find that 1v1.
And But look, I'm glad. I'm really glad of that because Wayward has had a really tough series, it has to be said, but he's still showing up, right? He's still trying to find these fights. He's still confident in himself that he can find it in this matchup. Like, it's worst case scenario if your players don't believe in themselves, and Wayward's still holding on to that self-belief. Meiko could be in some kind of trouble here. Not having to use sums though, Tian doesn't push it.
We need to remember, very similarly to Game 2, if top esports don't fall that far behind, like, they're still going to be in a really solid position. They have a great front line. They have tons of DPS coming out. You have self-peel coming out for JackeyLove, self-peel for Rookie. And just a lot of ways to get on immobile carries like Varus and Jace, to where Rookie, of course, has mobility on the Azir. JackeyLove semi-mobile. I think you can consider him with that ulti. The thing is, we just need to see them not be their own worst enemy once again. Or if EDG can just keep pushing forward the disadvantage they've started to find in the bot lane. You know, this might actually be EDG really taking their destiny in their own hands for the first time this series.
It'd be huge for them. You can see it's lethal tempo for Uzi. He is going for that on-hit build as opposed to... or I guess AD build as opposed to on-hit. I assume he's going to go actual AD with the Noon Quiver there. With the lethal tempo, you'd expect a Kraken Slayer as the first item. And again, could still be the Shiv. But
yeah, it could be Shiv into AP. So we'll keep an eye on it. That's what he did end up going earlier when he brought this one out. Which, again, I still feel like any build he opts into is definitely better than going lethality with what he is playing into.
Yeah,
now it's
absolutely.
Seems like it's going to be fight for control over this Drake. I like it on the minimap. We actually just saw Wayward was making his way down too, so maybe going to try and get some vision on where Jiejie is. Nope, just a ward down for his own lane to try and spot out if Jiejie wanted to come for a gank. But a little bit weird, because I don't really know if it'd be worth Jiejie investing, like, play towards top side, but with Herald coming up in a minute 20, maybe that ward will actually get value soon.
Rocky pushing in the mid lane. Once again with a CS advantage, and once again pushes FoFo into the play. Forcing a flash here. Nice play from Rookie. Let's try and set up for the alley-oop for Tian.
And you're going to have these cooldowns coming up about the time when Drake is up, so getting these summoners, so important. Going to mean that FoFo can't play that potential Herald fight as aggressive as he'd probably want. But Meiko.
He's looking for it here, but JackeyLove and Mark are quite happy to just throw some attacks back. The wave will slowly but surely be pushing to them as Uzi blast hits these creeps. He's trying to deny as many as he can. Mark will just have to dash away.
Rookie actually looks like he might get punished. Still has the flash up. Didn't have to use that one last time, so he should be fine.
Stun comes on out. The Steadfast Presence now on cooldown. The knockup is there, and they don't have the damage. It's a flash from Ala, traded for a flash for Rookie.
Worth at the end of the day, making sure Rookie doesn't have that. As we just saw, will be able to kind of shuffle his way out if he does get any danger. But we are hitting on FoFo not having flash for the potential Herald fight, you know, if both teams end up opting to try to go for it. Now Rookie wouldn't either. I'd say it looks like there should be a slight tempo advantage from EDG with the fact that Uzi's already gone for his base. With JackeyLove pushing out this wave now, he can go for a reset and then maybe walk up mid and try and make his way over. But it looks like for now, he's just going to stay around and play out in this 2v2. So for top esports, it's actually more important to play around their bot side. Hell, JJ's here too. No one cares about Herald much.
Yeah, and JackeyLove is in all kinds of trouble. Has the flash available. Mark has spotted the potential engage, but the minion wave should protect JackeyLove. Flash forward from Meiko. Instant cleanse there from JackeyLove. The Feather Storm onto the Twisted Advance. And it means he gets out with his life. It costs him a cleanse and an ulti. I think he's okay with that.
But now it looks like they're going to want to start Dragon, as we just saw FoFo leaning down to get some wards. We'll see if TS are in any position to challenge now that you don't have Ultra Cleanse on JackeyLove. He'd be in a lot of trouble if EDG are able to find an angle to engage. Jiejie still has that ulti, so I like at the end of the day that it looks like top esports just opt out.
Yeah, decide against it for now. As Wayward currently proxy farming, I think, as he's waiting for that next wave to come on through. And so much more comfortable on this K'Sante. You can see he's got a CS lead for himself for the first time in this series. And him and the rest of the team moving over to the Herald. As you can see, EDG on the map doing the Drake themselves, trading objectives here. A very quiet early game from both teams. Gold advantage for EDG. off the back of that level 1 play and off the back of a CS lead in that bottom lane. But slow and steady wins the race for them. Mark has been found in the jungle. They thought that the resets had come on through, and it leads to a kill for FoFo.
Yeah, Mark, that ward kind of giving him misinformation. He puts it down, doesn't see anyone, thinks they've backed off, but they already moved even deeper than he accounted for. And it ends up with another kill going over to EDG.
Look at the scoreboard right now. At the bottom lane, especially, 30 CS lead for Uzi. This is the first time in this series where we've seen Uzi taking control of the matchup. Jiejie pulled in by the feathers here. JackeyLove is feeling aggressive. Meiko's there too. There's Tian on the flank here. Rookie's trying to make his way over as well. Blast Cone will get Jiejie to safety for now. Tian is level 7. He has that ultimate available, but Jiejie will walk out with his life. JackeyLove trying to find the advantage for his team, but unfortunately can't quite make it happen.
With Meiko body blocking there, you can see TES not even wanting to invest the ulti. I think starting to feel the pressure and knowing that some of these key ultimates need to result in kills, need to result in getting them back into the game. Still not the end of the world, right? We're still, it's kind of similar to game 2 where EDG have found a very marginal lead, but at least this time it's in the place you want. It's on your AD carry. So we'll see. I feel like top Esports still in a decent position if they can keep up some like defensive vision coming out. But now with the static shift finished, Uzi can probably really start trying to push this advantage.
And I was a fool to believe we would see anything other than static shift. It was wishful thinking on the AD Varus. It is going to, of course, be the AP build coming on through. Wayward going toe-to-toe with Ala here, and denying a lot of CS from him. As you can see, not a tremendous CS lead, but when you compare it to the previous games in the series, Wayward having a much better performance now that his team has focused on him in the draft a little bit, getting him this Cassante in the first set of picks.
Yeah, I think very worthwhile, especially if JackeyLove and Mark can kind of play anything and do just fine. Again, they're struggling this game, but that is off of Uzi getting that kill at level 1, came to lane with a Doran's Blade advantage over JackeyLove. So, was able to make the most of that. And now it's just about it if JackeyLove and top Esports can do what you said you hope the coach did. The Peaky Blinders scene of no fighting, calm down. They've already gone for the lane stop, which I like, avoiding out on the 2v2. It's been causing them so much pressure. But Wayward, there's not much even turret left to work with.
What can he do here? All out still available, but he's just perma-CC'd here. Damage up to Jiejie.
Oh,
he flashes away, and Wayward actually gets out of it. Beautiful stuff. And in the meantime, top Esports slam a Herald up top, and JackeyLove can almost evenly trade in plates.
And that's what you want. You dodge out on the 2v2 where you've been struggling so heavily. You have this tank you know is going to be fine in the 1v2. Honestly, Wayward doing even better than expected. Why?
They let him TP in so they could try and find the kill. They won't be able to find it in the end, so it is actually just him returning to lane. He'll be able to catch that wave. Resets come out from EDG. Some of these plays have been really wonky across this series, Lyric.
And again, we need to keep building up. The winner of this faces BLG. BLG and Jiejie have looked absolutely indomitable. And honestly, any of the teams that are going up against them, you want to see like the most dominant series of their lives to give you confidence. Which, you know, it's not like one-to-one in terms of if you stomped here, you'd be able to do the same or vice versa, but definitely would give a lot more confidence. We see here, Wayward does get stunned up, does get locked down. I'm surprised Chains of Corruption didn't come out here, but I guess Uzi just figuring he wouldn't need it, right? He was going down so low, not thinking that Wayward would be able to use that all out and then be able to escape. But that kill was definitely in their grasp.
Uzi's from a time back before things like Cassante existed. You know, he didn't expect such an insane, tanky, unstoppable champion in the way that Wayward managed to pull it off. Demolish, gonna proc. That'll be a plate for Ala as Mark is found in the same spot again in the jungle, and he's gonna go down again. Another kill for FoFo.
Mark needs to stop assuming they're not there. You see no one on bot wave. You see no one on mid wave. Like, they're in your jungle. You know, they're in your top jungle, or they're in your bot jungle. What? It's one of two. I guess they could be in their own jungle, but they're not all going to be in there.
I feel like top Esports needs to have a coffee after this game. Like, it feels like they've switched their brains off, half of them at least. Just getting caught out here. Not on top of the situation. The weird TP from Wayward. Now potential engage, but just ever so slightly shy onto Meiko there. Wave will just be cleared by JackeyLove as they back away from this one. And EDG will look towards the second Drake.
Right call coming out from TES. You know you shouldn't fight. Like, this shows they know they shouldn't fight right now. Play for getting more gold on the map. Go in the enemy jungle, steal away some camps. If you have wards to get down, you know, deep vision around this, especially because Herald will be spawning soon, that is exactly what you want to do.
Let's see if Top Esports can continue not fighting. Do they have it in them? I believe in you, Top Esports. You can do it. Because they've got to last for a long time in this one. They are significantly behind in gold at this point. And you can see Uzi really building up, FoFo really building up. EDG have the gold in all the right places in their composition. So for Top Esports, it's not just a like no fighting situation, because they also are 2 Drakes down. Like in 10 minutes, it may well be you have to fight unless they want to concede a soul. So Top Esports might have to get a little bit more creative than just no fighting in the way that we're kind of joking about.
I mean, it's not the same as Game 2, right? Because Game 2, Top Esports did get the first 2 Drakes. So they actually given themselves a timer that they could survive off of. This time around, not able to find that same footing off the bot lane lead. So it looks like they're going to angle. For now, Wayward needs to be careful. He could just get bursted.
He buffed the CC for now as Herald going to be started. Rookie taken out of the picture. I didn't even see who got Herald at this point as they all dive in, trying to get onto Tian, trying to get onto Wayward. JackeyLove throws those feathers out. That's a lot of feathers to pull back in. Railing Rookie on top. The combo is insane. JackeyLove flashed on by FoFo. Blast cones out to safety as Rookie looks for more over the wall. Rookie wants to go into double elimination. His 3rd triple of the series as FoFo looks to go in, but he's got no hope in this one. Rookie takes him out, and Rookie is the king.
Rookie is playing out of his mind. Kudos to Mark as well. Perfect timing, perfect angle to set it all up. And the cherry on top munch, Wayward also was able to grab the Herald. Top Esports winning out on that one. And that was exactly what they needed when you said there. Again, the 2 dragons down from EDG. We're going to see here EDG. Great job by Ala. Yeets Rookie out of the fight. You can see FoFo even knocking Mark back. So this is essentially a 5v3 right now. But some key abilities missed from FoFo and Uzi. But it's here. Flash into the Magnet Storm. 4 members locked down. Rookie with the timing perfectly into the Emperor's Divide, funneling them all into the small enclosed area, allowing for the soldiers to do their work. And then JackeyLove, great way of being able to escape and allowing for his members to come bail him out. Just a beautiful combination.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. The timing from Rookie and Mark there to work together. And look, everyone is so hyped backstage for Top Esports. And now that gold lead we were talking about before for EDG, it's gone. Rookie is 3-1-2 on the Azir. And he is so much closer to that terrifying late game state that you often see Azirs get to. And we talked about Top Esports needing to find a bridge to that late game because the soul could be up in, 7 minutes time. Well, Rookie is that bridge.
Yeah, looking at it now, though. Second item, finish up for Uzi, going to be able to pick up that Nashers. So you still have some things working in your favor for now over TS. Uzi also actually didn't use his flash in that last play. So you will still have that one for the next team fight that comes through. I'm not sure if that one's maybe still down during that last team fight, but you look at the opposing side, right? TS, no flashes on numerous carries. It looks like those flashes shouldn't be up by the time Dragon's up in a minute. So that might be your chance for EDG to try to regain a semblance of control.
Red buff taken here by Tian. JackeyLove gonna get the residual red buff there on the map as well. You have to wonder, how confident are Top Esports feeling now after winning that previous fight? Are they feeling like they can just contest this straight? Because I do still feel like EDG would still have an advantage at the time. Rookie, 8 stacks and a Dark Seal at this point. Taking all bets. Does he go for the Red Eyes on Azir? Feels a little bit risky. You do often have to put your own life on the line as Azir for those team fights, but I wouldn't put it past Rookie.
No. And like you were saying, I wonder if they're going to opt to this fight, if they're going to wait for things like an Ivori to come out for JackeyLove and Nashers to be finished by Rookie before opting to fight anything. Because you're already hitting those 2 item marks for EDG. EDG clearly want to fight right now. And with the posturing, it seems like Top Esports are ready and willing.
This is a level of self-belief that I one day hope to have because they're half an item down in pretty much every lane, but they're still willing to go on forwards here. Herald going to be dropped to get mid-priority. It gets the charge off. It's only half of a tower.
EDG have a small window where they still don't have their flashes a bunch. They need to be more urgent.
Yeah, it's kind of now or never, and Meiko realizes it, goes to the engage, but the flashes are starting to come up. JackeyLove's any second now. Rookie probably 10 or so seconds away from his own. Top Esports are buying time for themselves. They're buying so much time, and EDG, like you say, not putting their foot down.
No, and now Top Esports having this position, Mark trying to threaten a flank, but with that control where they're not going to be able to find it. And JackeyLove forcing this wave in, so putting even more pressure on EDG.
Oh, but that's a big engage onto Wayward here. He ain't tanky enough to escape this one. And EDG should be able to grab a Drake off the back of it, but Top Esports, even 4v5, they post you for a fight. They ain't done just yet. Uzi doing a lot of damage as Meiko goes in here. The Azir on top of it, and the Magnus Storm pulled into the enemy team. JackeyLove flashing out to safety.
No.
Rookie pulls the team towards him though. It's Rookie has to carry him, but he's down. And EDG wiped Top Esports.
That did not work out. I don't know if Rookie was already trying to think of that angle before JackeyLove had flashed that way or what, not noticing him. But that ended up really costing TES the fight. Now, not only on Soul Point, but extending the gold lead to 3K. It only been about 1 for pretty much the whole game. And now biting them right back.
I feel like this was like JackeyLove and Rookie trying to set up for a big feather pull. But I think the feathers were on cooldown.
Wayward also, I mean, not coordinating with JackeyLove, who was pushing that wave in bot. Like you said, they still want to go for it because they know Maokai ult down, Chains of Corruption isn't up. I believe Allah's ult is going to be back up by the time this fight starts. But great Magnet Storm onto 2. Sadly, Rookie gets pinned down by the Nautilus ult, so he really can't follow up. And then here, JackeyLove actually dodges the Poppy ult. Yeah, it looks like Rookie was already setting up in his mind to go for that Emperor's Divide by the time that JackeyLove was flashing towards that area. So a bit of kind of unfortunate coincidence there that leads Rookie to killing his longtime AD carry.
Yeah, bit of a tough one there for Rookie, for JackeyLove. But 3,000 gold lead, 3 Drakes, EDG. This is their dream game right now, and this is their ticket to going to 5 games if they can keep this kind of performance up. Top Esports really looking like they're against the wall. And so far, this has literally just been a series of blue side wins. If EDG can keep the performance up right now, Allah might be stuck outside of the pit right here as 2 players start hitting onto him. Vision in the pit for Top Esports. Rookie TPing over, but the Baron's already gone. EDG just take this one for free off the back of the ulti from Allah. And now Top Esports once again looking for a fight. Allah could be the target, but he just dashes off. Top Esports, they're setting themselves off to be pinched here as they look for engage onto EDG. 4 members still on the top side as Mark flies in with a blast cone, diving onto the backside, but JackeyLove's already down in the fight. Meiko the target, but it's a double kill for FoFo. Rookie separates Allah from himself as Wayward trying to carry the top side of the fight here. 3 members for Top Esports. The hook from Meiko is good. He walks out with his life somehow, and Allah finishing the solo laners, but Wayward surviving somehow. The Q3, it ain't enough. The bleed from Jiejie, and EDG once again ace Top Esports.
The fact that FoFo was able to find the JackeyLove kill right away was huge for the side of EDG, and this Poppy is showing to be a problem. Both times Allah has played the Poppy, it's netted them so much value. And it's something that I think is now going to be on Top Esports' mind of, hey, are we worried about Allah gapping Wayward as much as we're worried about this pick in general? It's going to be here where they're doing the Baron, finds the ult onto Tian. This is going to guarantee them the Baron coming through. And then, right, Top Esports wanting to find a fight. They're trying to run it down, but look at that. Getting whittled down, accelerated shock blast, arrow connects from Uzi onto JackeyLove in that last one. And it's going to be here where FoFo actually moves off to the side. Perfect
shot.
Snipe coming through. And then you can see for top esports realizing, hey, we still have potential to fight this with the amount of abilities that have been used. I think here, if Rookie doesn't walk into the hook coming out from Meiko, maybe he can actually make this one work and it could be a little bit closer. But sadly, it does connect, and that really allows for EDG to just completely clean up this fight with FoFo still alive.
And I feel like this Sapling's actually a low-key MVP of that fight for the side of EDG. Jiejie set up for the snipe onto JackeyLove with a Sapling, and then finishing off Wayward with a Sapling as well. The burn ticking away, getting big value out of that Leandries that he's picked up. And I mean, this is terrifying for top esports. This feels impossible with these shock blasts doing so much work. Wayward buffers the ultimate out from Ala. Mark was looking for a flank, but how can you fight this team right now? They're 8,000 gold up, and it feels like it.
No, and it's one of those things where I wonder going to the next game what the you know, mental will be of TES, and like looking back at fights like that one in round Dragon where Rookie pushes everyone into JackeyLove, like having moments like this that really costed you this game, and EDG feeling so much momentum on this, having the range to keep sieging down, even having the disengage and peel still there.
Ala goes in onto Tian here, Chain of Corruption as well. Ooh. But they're not gonna follow up for more. Oh my god, the shock blast damage onto Rookie. They may not find a pick, they may not find the fight, but they'll find a window to get some damage down onto that tower. Still, no minion wave was there. Doesn't mean they have to back away, and that's Baron timed out now.
You know, Munch, this one game, it's like, all right, EDG, all right, Maokai and Kenju, this is why you keep picking the Jace. I understand it now, I see it now, it is absolutely working.
I mean, this is like the Jace Maokai dream, isn't it? Look at the two score lines of the two picks. They're consistently finding that poke. They're consistently hitting their targets.
A lot of ults are down.
JackeyLove's within range of that snipe if he walks into a Sapling again.
True. I guess ults aren't the end of, like, Ala's ult will be up soon, so will Jiejie's, but that accelerated shock blast is enough on its own to take someone out.
Dragon just going to be trying to burn down from the side of top esports. The feathers come in. They should be able to grab this one as Tian there with the smite as Meiko trying to push forwards. He's low on HP himself. Dragon taken and a bounty as well. Ala scared of that engage, but it will be top esports walking away with a Drake, and I'm surprised EDG didn't try and punish harder.
Yeah, I think a lot of it came down to, at the very start of all the posturing, Jiejie had no ult. Ala had no ult. I believe Chains of Corruption also wasn't there at the very start. And they were taking it a little bit slower, which gave TES the time to really just burn down that Drake. I'm surprised they weren't more willing on the back half of that to maybe look for a fight. But also no real reason to need to gamble just yet, especially if we can see Uzi backing, buying a stopwatch, knowing you have the goal to get some of these survivability tools when you already have the combat damage to be able to take the fight. Makes a bit of sense. And like we said, EDG haven't really been the most proactive all series long. Again, their reactive decision-making is phenomenal. They are so good at playing off the back of whatever TES decide to do. And that's what's netted them such a big lead in this game.
Yeah. It feels like it is very much down to top esports are like leading this dance. But EDG, they got some moves, let me tell you. They've got their dancing shoes on today. And they're ready to punish every single misstep that top esports might make. Baron could be the next objective on the cards. 45 seconds until that one comes up. Top esports have closed that gold gap a bit. It's still, I mean, 7,000 gold in favor of EDG. But the Drake denied, at least for now. JackeyLove getting close to a third item here. Rookie the same. If they can get those 3 items online before Baron, maybe it's fightable.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like if they can get those online, I mean, you're at least now whittling down frontline people like Ala. And that in itself could make a huge difference, because we've seen a lot of these fights is left to like Rookie hitting frontline. JackeyLove has been playing more aggressively. So maybe he can try and find access, but a lot's going to come down to Mark setting it up, and then Rookie, I think, being able to follow through with a Shurima shuffle like before.
Hook in onto Tian. He ain't that tanky yet. Dashes out to safety. The Poppycopter going to be on cooldown for a bit here as Baron spawns onto the map. And the Sundisk buying so much space for top esports to play with here. And that blue ward on the Baron keeping vision for a short amount of time as Mark drops a ward over the wall as well. But Top Esports, their health bars are pretty low at this point. The Poppycopter comes back out and Rookie's gone. That's the go sign for EDG. JackeyLove having to use those feathers early on as Wayward pulls Ala out of the fight. In the meantime, Mark is on the backside, but he's totally alone. Tries to dive into the play, but he's already down. Ala low on HP, but the roots deny everything, and the shock blast is huge from FoFo. Rookie falls, Wayward is next, and FoFo showing us why they focused on this Jace, why EDG have to be feared.
And EDG have a wave to end the game. Munch, we somehow done it. We have gone the distance. We're going to 5.
EDG managing to keep things going today in this series. Fantastic game number 4 from them. Top Esports, I don't really know what happened to them in this game, honestly. They'll move back to the blue side, you'd assume, as EDG just looking for a couple of bonus kills on the back of an intense game number 4, a 30-minute victory for EDG, and 5 games in our first round 3 playoff series.
Blue side has won every single time, and how did we end up here? But momentum is going to be solidly in EDG's favor, and I think stuff like that matters.
Yeah.
Like